Yeah, it's your boy Santana, and I'm here in Maruga, South Trinidad. I came to spend some time with my little girlfriend. We had a picnic on the beach. Then she went on to explain to me that Maruga was a special place with a rich history and interesting people. Now we all know that slavery was a dark time in the history of the Africans in the New World. Most stories had sad and grim endings. But during the time of slavery, there were some success stories. This is one, the stories of the Merickins. The year is 1812. This guy here is running for his freedom. He's running for his life. Hey boy! Look, you see me? This runaway slave has now joined up with the British, who are now at war with the Americans. He and others like him enlisted in the colonial marines and was promised their freedom. This war was actually a naval war, which means it was fought on the high seas, on ships. There were some land battles like this one. Hey, mind your business now, boy! How you doing, yes? After the war, the British decided to keep their word and find homes for these black soldiers and their families. If not, their fate most likely will be prosecution or worse. The English authorities had two questions. Where do we settle the slaves? And why everything in black and white? So the plan was to send the soldiers and their families to British colonies. Some went to Canada, and smaller groups went to Trinidad. No, it wasn't that easy. Slavery was still in effect in Trinidad. Most of the plantation owners did not like the idea of freed black people walking around free for their slaves to see. An agreement was made between the local slave owners and the authorities to settle the newly freed Americans to the more underdeveloped parts of the country in the south. Places like Maruga, Indian Walk, and New Grant, to name a few. These places were virgin forests at that time. The Americans came to Trinidad in battalions, or, like in the army, companies. They were called the Merickins, which is dialect for Americans. The head of each household was given 16 acres of land to do with as they pleased. These Merican communities thrived throughout the years. There are still some descendants around today. So, slavery, as bad as it was, did have a few success stories. I think the Merickins was one. What about you? Anywho, have some business to attend to. Later.